government talking about the public distribution and ICT. We've heard Orissa. Delhi is a very small state, and our problems are also very different. Our population and our kind of people who live there, a very pampered population, I would say, because they are in the capital city, want everything at their doorstep, and for small problems they reach the ministers, the MPs and all that. That is part of the pressure. So when we are talking of food security, actually, what does food security? I was told we have to talk on ICT and food security. We try to understand what is this food security we are talking of these days. There we must ensure that we have availability of food grains, then only you can talk of food security. And for availability, you must have good production. Last year we were handicapped on account of proper production of wheat, and even sugar was a big issue. So we have to focus on production, on distribution, and also see that the nutritional value in food reaches the people who are going to be taking advantage of the food security that we are talking about. Then we have to see that it is at affordable rates. Food grains may be there, availability may be there, nutrition is also there, but things are selling at a very high rate. So we have to see that it is at an affordable cost. With this, the backdrop of food security, let me tell you about Delhi. What is our population figures like? 1.38 crores as in 2001, 1.42 2008, 1.81 crores as per estimates of 2010, and nearly 4.4 lakh persons come annually as migrants from various states. So far as growth is concerned, it is 4.4 lakhs per annum. 3 lakh persons come to Delhi from all over India. That's our biggest issue, and there is where we have to use technology to see that we have variations like people coming in, going out from various states, people moving within Delhi, resettlement colony from one area to the other area, they keep shifting, and people shifting out from the BPL category and AY category to the APL category. So there is lot many variations, lot of shifting, and here is where we have to see that we actually give the subsidized food grains under the PDS to the rightful beneficiary. Now we tried one thing last year quickly. We said let's go through a very quick system of trying to eliminate the duplicate or bogus cards that we have in the BPL and AY category, which we had been hearing that the fair price shop dealers and all keep these cards and take the allocation, and because of the difference in cost between the market price and the subsidized grains, everything gets diverted, goes to the flour mills who make atta and sell in the open market. So we did a biometric review of all our BPL AY cards, and you'll be surprised that out of 1,61,344 BPL cards, only 126 lakhs only turned up. People didn't come for biometric, and their cards were ultimately had to be cancelled on 30th of June, just last month. And similarly, the AY cards you see from out of 1.29 lakhs, 90,000 only turned up for biometric. We didn't do anything. We haven't done an eligibility check. We didn't go to the house to house and see whether he is actually eligible or not. We just said you come get biometric done and take back your card, but you come yourself. So we matched the data that we already had, saw the photograph, told them to do biometric at our 70 circle offices. There we put a simple machine, and these are the number of cards that we deleted, that is 73,543 in one stroke. And mind you, deletion is not easy. It's very easier said than done. We got a court order while we were doing this saying that, well, stay, you cannot just stop allocation of food grains because you are doing a review, and you please see that you give opportunity to each person saying that you have not turned up for biometric verification, therefore your card is cancelled. So we did that. We issued 1,60,000 notices to people, and we have had to come. And then the High Court only last week or 10 days back agreed to our exercise and said, okay, the Delhi government is going fine. So that's the story where we succeeded. Second thing that we did is, because you know there is a poverty estimate for every state, and Delhi has been, as per the old norms, given a poverty estimate of 4.09 lakhs of BPL cards or families that we can have. So if you see these numbers, we had a total of only 2.90 lakh BPL cards. We said, okay, we can give some more, at least 1 lakh more cards we can give. So we opened the window and called for more applications. for BPL cards, but we said we are going to make a fresh card only when you come and get your biometric done and then receive your card. So very surprisingly, got 3 lakh applications, but when we printed the cards after verification and all this process, we got to make 1,30,000 cards, as you see in this slide here. But when we said you come and collect it at our centers yourself and nobody else will collect it for you, only 98,000 came, and here again we deleted 32,000 cards because they had been prepared, but obviously the applications were all made multiple and duplicate applications. People didn't come forward and these have been cancelled. So this is what we saw, and now we have a gap where we can get more beneficiaries added on and included who are still out of the net of the public distribution system. Similarly, I would like to tell you about the fuel problem. We have kerosene oil and gas user indication in our cards. All of us, my friends here, will know. Now there again, Delhi is a state which we want to make it completely kerosene free, and a lot of people, our per capita income I showed you just now is very high. It's one of the highest in whole of India. So people really are not using kerosene, but yet we get allocation from the Ministry for Kerosene, yet we have card where kerosene is indicated. So we got lists from the agencies and we checked. We started doing a check of these kerosene oil users. There again we found that there was a big difference, and many kerosene oil users were not actually kerosene oil users, so we had to delete into that also ran into lags. So what I'm trying to say is, here is where we need technology help. We should not have to do this kind of a thing, check by sending inspectors to the field and check up whether he has a gas connection or not. We should be able to have proper data from the oil companies. We should be able to tally it and we should be able to delete it. This is one area you think that technology can really help us get out of the problem. This, so far as beneficiary identification is concerned. But now I'm coming to a point where I'm going to say that I don't want only help of technology in identifying beneficiaries and issuing a smart card. We want to see that we are able to deliver food grains right up to the fair price shops to the beneficiary who is a card holder. Now how do we do it? Unless we have our linkages with the food supply corporations go down, our transporting agency, which is the civil supplies corporations, which takes their trucks and gets it from the go down and delivers to the FPS, we are not doing the job rightly. Therefore, like we had a pilot project in Haryana, other places, we want that all our entire network should be up to the fair price shop level, and from there we should also be connected to the FCI go down. In Delhi we have a very great advantage that we don't have, like Orissa just said, or Andhra Pradesh, they procure and then they keep it in their own go down, or they take from FCI, transfer to their go down, then to the FPS. We are lifting directly from the FCI go downs and taking it to the fair price source. So it's much simpler. We should be able to do it, provided we have the entire connectivity with the FCI go down and the fair price shop. And when our beneficiary goes to the shop, he should be able to actually get the grains. What happens is the shops are all closed. Just now we had Andhra government and Orissa saying that the shops, the dealers don't open. They don't, they say, Aaya nahi, anaj nahi aaya, chale jao, kal aana. So these poor fellows, they can't leave their jobs and go and collect their ration every second. They sit at the doorstep of a fair price shop. So what we have to do is, should be what Mr. Nilekani, other people have been saying, let it be a pull system and not a push system. At the moment, we are trying to push the food grains through the fair price shops to the BPL holder or AMI card holder. What he nicely explained the other Vigyan Bhavan was, you just give that shopkeeper more allocation where the card holders go and collect the ration for. Take a daily inventory, which ration card holder got one number of people coming and lifting the ration, and then you calculate how much should be allocated. The allocation, let it be based on the lifting of the whole month, keeping a daily lifting in mind. That's what we wanted to ultimately do. And so I want now to throw this open to all this gathering, all the technical experts we have here, to kindly help us. Delhi wants to go ahead. Delhi, we have a political will there. Our Chief Minister has openly gone ahead and said that we can go to the extent of going for a cash scheme. This old system is irreparable, she thought, and as a Secretary, Food and Supply, saying so, we said we'll go ahead and we'll have a cash scheme, or we'll have a mission converge all the schemes put together,